Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ. I'm jumping back in with this project. It's a design team project for Creating with Jovi based on her Lavender Tea digital kit, and it is super pretty. Self-explanatory title, Lavender Tea. It's all about the colour, the flower and tea, as in cups of tea. So I've done a few bits here and there on camera, not everything. Since I think I've worked on it camera last, I've gone and put some lace on some of the pages. So there's 3 different laces in there, just super fun, love adding some lace. But what I want to do today is I have this back of the calendar page, which, you know, it's pretty on one side, and on the other, for one, it's upside down, the other, it's boring, can't write on it, da 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 da. So if you remember, you may have watched the video where I dealt with the other half of that and did this decoupage on it with inky napkin and a side pocket and then a little notebook, kind of waterfall style or layered, or I don't know, little notebook anyway. In there. So today is the day for this page, and I want to do something with book pages. So I've grabbed out a few encyclopedia pages, very thin paper. So let's grab one, and I've kind of got a rough idea in mind, but I'm not exactly sure how it's going to play out. And I am using this thin paper, so yeah, let's see how it goes. So first off, I really need to make sure I have the right size, because these are quite small pages to what I'm used to working with. The kit is prints in US letter size, and I'm used to working with A4, which is slightly bigger, but not a problem. We just adapt and make things fit, don't we? And I've got ephemera from the kit and things on my desk, and so things are getting picked up and shifted around and all that jazz as I work. So first off, let's trim off the blank. I think I'm also going to trim a bit off the top. How are you all today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. This is my second video that I'm recording today. Way too late in the day. I kind of got stuck. It's like, I don't know what to do. I was totally overthinking everything. All the ideas I came up with, it was just like, it's a cool idea, I just can't be bothered. It's honestly just one of those days where I just couldn't settle to what I wanted to do. Now I do like this sort of table. I think that's quite interesting, so let's try and preserve that. Am I going to preserve it if I do that? Probably not. Okay, so I'm going to fold down a bit at the top, so we'll lose a little bit of it. I could have saved myself trimming that top bit off and just folded the top over, but never mind. As I said, I haven't worked this out. I'm just kind of trying to see how it's going to go. So we need to trim it about there. So guillotine up and down. Yeah, so I hope your day is going well. Mine has gone fairly well, even though I hit that sort of period where I was like, you know, I can't say it was going badly. I can use that scrap, that's good for collage. Okay, now can I trim this? Yes, it is now short enough that I can fit it in my guillotine. Like that, and so bringing back my page, always measuring against my page. And I'm going to about there, I think should be good for width. So this first bit I think is just going to be more about covering this page and providing us something interesting in the background. I think that's where I'm headed at the moment. Another good collaging scrap there. So I may not need this top bit folded down, but my thought was if I want to have a top loading pocket, that folded down bit will just reinforce that top. I could do a side loading pocket alternatively, get my words right. What would I prefer? I think I'll go with top loading, but I do want to trim it down just a little. So, or maybe a bit more than a little. Probably about ½ an inch I took off, give or take, because I don't want this right at the top of the page. If I'm going to use it as a pocket, I want to leave a bit of space to put something in there. Okay, so I'm happy with that so far. Let's glue down that flap. So yeah, strap yourselves in, my friends. We are just going on a creative adventure together where I have no definitive plan or idea of how this is going to turn out. I'm just kind of feeling my way. And why not bring you along? Because sometimes it's not about the full-fledged ideas, but just about trying something. And I think that was my problem. I was trying to come up with an idea that was kind of, I knew from start to finish, whereas my brain really just wanted to explore and play. So sometimes you just got to go with what your brain says. Right, so that bit's done. Now this bit, tanks. Okay, it's about tanks. Fine. I'm going to just fold it on an angle. Actually, it's the wrong way around, I think. Yes, it's the wrong way around. Let's fold it back this way, because I want pockets, but I want the pockets to go this way. I don't want to be putting things in that way. Just the direction of the page. Right, let's trim off that edge there. And we want to go same width as this bit, so let's maybe we'll make a mark at the top, I think. So we want to go there for width, and how high? There. So sorry if this is a bit bitsy, if I seem to be all over the place. Yeah, that's just what it is today. It's a bit of exploration. So if you came for a tutorial or a full-fledged idea, then not today, my friends, not today. It's all right. I'm sure most of you will be fine with that. Right, so how are we looking? Because I don't have a fully fledged idea, I'm very much doing it bit by bit, comparing, measuring, or lining up, just making sure it's kind of coming together how I want it to. So this bit will sit lower, so I don't need this bit to go all the way to the bottom, which I knew. That's why I wasn't worried about cutting a big chunk off. So we've got a pocket here, we've got a pocket at the top. Yes, happy with that so far. Okay, now this page I actually may need a fourth page, potentially. Let's just see. Might not sure. So I'm just going to chop this roughly in half, not terribly accurate. Trim off that blank bit at the side and off this one as well. had more space on my desk, I could just put the guillotine to the side, but it kind of impinges because I haven't got a huge work surface. Okay, so I need to trim it. Just going to move that one out the way so it doesn't complicate matters. So we need to go there. Hopefully it will become clear as to where I'm heading. You probably can already get a sense of what I'm trying to achieve. Okay, so this one I also want, oh that's quite fun. Maybe I'll fold it this way. I'm going to fold it down quite a bit, I think. So we get these fun tables. Okay, so stack them up, see how we're going. So my idea is that we've got top pocket here, slant pocket here, and then do we want to do another slant pocket, or just going to take that bottom bit off first, or do we want a straight pocket? Finish my sentence. Or do we want like a pocket across like this, or do we want, actually I'm kind of toying with an idea here. Oh, we've got tables on this side too. If we do it this way, I think I need to cut it to the width, about where the P is on that. From geographical, I'm going to chop it down to geograph. It's called editing. Harsh editing with a guillotine. Right, I think I'm done with the cutter. Oh, that's where the other pencil went. I buried it. Oh, that was, I don't know how I got that wrong, but I made it too narrow, but that's okay, we can go with that. I'm thinking is doing an angle back the other way. And it doesn't matter that it's narrower, I actually quite like that it's narrower. So we've got angle, angle, straight, straight. Does that make sense? Hopefully. Right, I'm going to glue these flaps down and do some inking so that you can actually see, because I do realise that book page on top of book page on top of book page on top of book page, yeah, 4 layers, isn't that easy to tell what's going on. So let's fix that, shall we? Clip that little overhang there, and I don't need it this high, so I need it about under the line of that text. So I was wrong, I need my guillotine again. It's going to be a much shallower pocket than the others, as happens when you have staggered pockets. Right, another collage scrap. So we didn't end up with much of the table on that one. Right, okay, right, this, these 2 flaps. 2 more flaps to glue down. I'm just going to leave this as big as it is, because it's just going to strengthen the pocket. And I did deliberately go for thin pages because I'm adding 4 layers. So, and that's just the book page. We've still got to decorate it and then fill it with fun goodies like journal cards or tags or something. So I'm conscious of not being ridiculously bulky. It's probably, oh, got glue on my mat there. Don't know how that happened. It's probably still going to be bulky, but I don't mind chunky. I just didn't want it to be like totally ridiculously chunky. So this one I am going to trim down a bit, just to remove unnecessary bulk. Okay, so let's glue this one down. Yep, lid, here we go. Okay, so the two straight ones I want to put thumb notches in. I need to be careful, one, because it's very thin paper, two, because the glue on this one is definitely not dry. This one should be, but we've still got very thin paper going on. So I need to do it before I can ink though. So scrap of paper. So I'm going to put it there so I can do both with it, and I'm going to grab my big hole punch, and this gets tricky holding the bit of paper in behind. Actually, I need to turn it around so I can hold on. I didn't need to turn it around like that, just needed it out this way so I could actually hold on to it. That's what I was trying to do. I didn't need to turn it upside down. My goodness, I am not with it this afternoon. Don't want it super deep, so just a wee shallow bit, and that punched beautifully. And then this bit, hopefully it punches just as nicely. Again, don't need it super deep, just shallow. Get rid of the scraps out of it. Right. So let's ink around these. Do I want Vintage Photo or do I want Majestic Violet? I'm going to be adding purple elements, so I think I'm just going to go with Vintage Photo, because this is old book page and I feel like it really goes with the book page, and then we'll decorate up. Just going to do down the sides a little way for what I think is going to be, or maybe visible. Shouldn't be a lot visible, but just trying to make sure. Okay, so this one, now at this stage I could actually change the order of the pockets if I want to. I could play around with where they're sitting. It's actually quite hard to ink this very thin paper, holding it the way I'm holding it. But I do prefer to hold it rather than put it down on a page to ink. Right, that one roughly there. Now a big angle pocket. So this is probably the one that's going to have the most seam on it. So do a bit of, make sure we get all the edges on this one. I'm conscious I'm running out of time. I've got to cook dinner and it's 4:45 right now, and hubby will be home at 5:30. We don't eat till 6:30, so like I don't have to have tea ready for 5:30, but you know, I want to be finished with video and be present for him arriving home, so I'm not distracted or requiring him to be quiet is the other thing, when he just wants to tell me about his day and I want to tell him about mine and all those things that you do. He does want to mow the lawns tonight too, so you know, if he does that before tea it's going to be noisy with the lawnmower, and I don't want that on video either. Right, so this is my opportunity to decide whether I want to mess with the direction. I could do this instead, and have straight, slant, straight, slant, and I like that as well. And then we see more of this table and it's separated from this table. I actually think I like that better. Okay, which means I need to just ink down this side a bit more because it's more visible. Do I see the bottom of it? I don't think I do. Could put it right down to the bottom there so we get a bit more of that angle showing. And then that one, yeah, okay, I like that. Now before I glue it together, do I want to decorate it before gluing? Like if I wanted to, say, layer up some paper like this. Or do I just want to put some features on it? See, these are decisions that need to be made. Like we could put something like that there. I don't really want to cover over that cool table because I like the table. But then if I put something here, I don't want them both on the same side. So, decisions. Just grabbing out little bits from the kit just to have a look, see what I might like. It's quite cool up there, isn't it? Okay, I think I'm going to go with it. I'm going to commit and glue it down. And then I'll just decorate up whatever surfaces we've got. Because I think I've done enough thinking about it. And whatever I put in these pockets, I don't want to be super heavy because of the thinness of this page. Even though we're layering it up, each pocket is relatively thin. Alright, try and get it straight there. First pocket's on. Right, next pocket. Angled one here. I wanted something that covered the whole calendar page, so that's why I'm doing this kind of arrangement. Can't remember exactly where I had everything, so I'm just deciding as I go. Oops, a little bit of slipping and sliding. My measuring wasn't that great, they're not the same width, but it's all good. Okay, then this one and there. Can feel myself going silent. I'm still here, I promise. I do have a funny story to tell you. I do. So last night we went for a bike ride with the borrowed bike, the bike that we've borrowed since my one has broken a spoke. First up, we had to test that I could actually get on it, and I'm happy to say, yes, I could get on it. It's actually the perfect height for me. And that was great. So I had a little test run up and down the street just to kind of get used to it because it's 24 speed. My bike is 7. And I changed the gears on my bike just by twisting the handle. You know, just twisting one way to go up and back the other way to go down. So it's super easy. This one's got 4 levers, 2 on the left and 2 on the right to operate the gears, and the casing on one of the levers is missing, so it doesn't, you're just guessing what it's doing. And complicated, I wasn't sure what I was actually doing. Even by the end of a half-hour ride, I was not sure what I was doing. But that's all right. I was able to go out for a bike ride. But, and that is the crux of the story, the BUTT. My bike is kind of, if we can just for a moment continue with the theme of but, my seat on my bike is like your granny's knickers. Not worried about whether they look sexy, whether they look cool or trendy. It's just built for comfort, not for looks. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that my seat's ugly, it's not, but it's definitely built for comfort. It's wide, it's soft, it's spongy, it's luxurious. On the bike that we borrowed, if my bike seat is Granny's knickers, then this bike seat is the G-string. Oh my gosh, like it's so narrow and it's rock hard. There's no padding anywhere to be seen. Like it gets right up in there. Too much information? Probably. But like, do you get the comparison? Oh my gosh, it was so uncomfortable. So I managed a half-hour bike ride and I got off at the end and I said to my hubby, my butt's sore. Because it was just so hard, and I'm used to the soft seat. Now I could do this and go like halfway across, and so I don't lose all my table. Could do something like that. Oh, we've got a pretty teacup. Something like that. We've got some flowers with a key and a watch. Let me just choose, have a wee play. Don't want anything that overhangs the pocket, I don't think, and that could be my issue, finding something. We could put it over there. I'd need to cut out the white, I think. And I don't know if I really want to do that on camera. That covers too much. Could just go with a key. Key's kind of cool, isn't it? I like the key, but I do want to cut out that white bit. And this is making me a bit nervous because it's very thin, small image. But we can do this. So yes, that was my funny story, is biking on this rock hard seat, and it has got suspension, front suspension, shock absorbers, but they're at the front, not the back. So when you go over bumps, it, like those bumps vibrate right up. Can you guess where they vibrate up? Right through the seat to your butt. Like, it's not built for comfort, that bike. It really isn't, but it does have 24 speeds if I knew how to use them properly, and it does have disc brakes, and I like those babies. Ooh, the disc brakes are lovely, quite like those. And it's got big chunky tires, which were fun. My bike is a road bike, so it hasn't got big chunky tires like the mountain bike does, so that was kind of fun. But it hasn't got any of the other things that my bike has. Like, mine's got a basket on the front, it's got a bell, it's got, what else has it got? Mud guards. Mud guards. And this mountain bike doesn't have those. I don't think mountain bikes typically do they? My bike has a stand. This mountain bike doesn't. So, you know, I love my bike. And my bike's pretty. Like, it really is pretty. This bike is purple, which is cool. I like the purple, metallic purple. But it's had a hard life, and the other thing is it's got no guard on the gear cogs. And coming home, on our way home, my trouser leg kept catching, and it tore 2 big holes in my trouser leg. So that didn't make me happy. It was like, ugh. So when we go out again, which will probably be tonight, I'm going to have to tape up my trouser leg. And hopefully, it's only doing it on one side because that's the side the cog is. And it's big, like the cog is probably like this round, and it's got very sharp teeth on it, very solid teeth. And yeah, it made a mess of my trouser leg. They're old trousers, but they're the ones I wear around home all the time. And I love them, they're comfortable. And I've got 2 big holes in the leg. I'm going to do it on an angle. Let's do it on an angle. Let's be funky. I'm not going to ink it. I am going to use tacky glue rather than glue stick, but I'm going to lay it down here to do so, because I'm not going to be able to hold it properly to do this. So yeah, it was a mixed bag of a bike ride. It was happy, it was sad, it was definitely uncomfortable, and I need to maybe Google how to use the gears. Hubby's bike that he's been given has 24 gears as well, but he hasn't had it long enough to really be able to help me on how it works properly, because he's still finding his way with how to work his one. So yeah, fun and games in our household, that's for sure. Right, this is a cool teapot. Isn't that a cool teapot? Do I want to mix up, like I've got tea and a key? Oh, what about this? This is like a, I don't know what it is, perfume bottle, or it's pretty. I love it. Super cool. What else have we got here? Just thinking about, you know, key, does it go with a teacup or a teapot or something, or do we need to stick with sort of more things like a clock, for instance? I like that there. I'm going to put that there. But yeah, so enjoying the bike riding, and I was super happy that we didn't even skip a day because of my bike issues. But hopefully we can get it fixed before too long, because I do like my comfort. And I'd much rather have my bike seat than 24 gears. Yep, totally, it's that comfortable, my seat. Love it. And it was one of the big reasons we went for the bike when we bought it initially, because it was like, oh, that seat looks good. And I was right, it is. It's a very good seat. Right, looking for something sort of flattish that's small enough to go here. Not sure that I'm finding anything. Let's grab a bunch here. A lot of vertical stuff. Oh, that's pretty. It's pretty, but it's too big. I maybe might need to print this ephemera off at a smaller size, might help, which is always an option. Oh, it's a butterfly. Again, it's a bit big. A candle and a lantern, too big. So, lantern. No, everything's too big for this. Or what about this teacup? I think it's, if I printed that off smaller, that would be pretty good fit there. Pop these. If we laid them on their side, would they fit there? Maybe. But this, no, too tall. We've got wax seal. Could put that there. Some tickets, maybe a ticket. It's a double ticket. That's too big as well. Actually, we could fit that on there, because I don't need to contain it within the pocket. I could hang it off slightly and it's still on the page underneath. So I'm going to put that there. So hopefully we'll go for a bike ride tonight, because hubby does want to mow the lawns, as I said, and that will take time. It'll probably take him an hour, and then we'll gotta have tea. So I'll be cooking tea, obviously, as I also said earlier. And I didn't cut out that bit there. Never mind. It's all white and behind the design, so it's kind of, that's why I didn't notice. Right, do I want the flower? which is pretty. Or do I want the wax seal, which is also pretty? I don't think that will... I mean, I could hide the base of it inside the pocket. But no, it's the colour's not working for me. There's this decorative wee bit. No. About the tickets. Well, the tickets are actually kind of cool up like that. Kind of like that. Or we could put this ticket. I know, I'm like testing absolutely everything out. I like that one actually. I'm going to go with this one. So I'm not going to fill this on camera. I just wanted to get the pocket done, and hopefully you could see what I was doing and perhaps take the idea and work it out, and do your own sort of staggered pockets however you want. Like, as you can see, I changed how I was doing it partway through. I changed the order of my pockets. So sometimes not gluing things together gives you an option to revise and make sure it's exactly how you want it, whether you want to do it differently to how you first imagined. Right, let's just do a wee clean up here, shove things to the side, lid on the glue, and let's revise. And maybe I'll grab something. Have I got something here? Not big enough. Surely I must have something around. Let's just grab a piece of scrapbook, 6x6 here. This one. So I'll probably make something for this journal out of this, since it actually looks more blue. But anyway, beside the point. I don't know if I want it folded in half, but I'm going to fold it in half. No, I'm not. I'm sorry, guys. I'm all over the place, aren't I? Let's just grab a bit of book page. Harder to see. So we have a big pocket in here. We have our big angled pocket here. And we've got our shallower straight pocket here. And then we've got our little mini pocket and a piece of the ephemera. Like maybe this from the kit would work perfectly there. It's a little like email envelope. Back that with something. Add a focal image. Where'd that butterfly go? Oh, I've lost the butterfly, but you know, like maybe a teacup or something. And that would be lovely in there. And then there's quite a few tags in this kit. So these might be good in that second pocket. And this one. I'll put a couple of those, maybe 3 of those in. There's different tops, shape tops. So I'd probably take 3 different tops. Yep, they fit lovely in there. So I'll do some tags in there. I might just leave them there so I remember. Here's a different shaped one again. So, yep, they can be in there. And then 2 big journal cards, I think, for the 2 larger pockets. So that's where I'm headed with that. I hope this made sense. I hope it was not a complete and utter boredom, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Thanks for joining me. If you made it this far, good on you. Hope it was inspiring in some form. Take care, and I'll be back again with another video. The last one for the week. 2nd week of January, and it's disappearing. Amazing. Okay, guys. See you then. Bye for now.